The world of music and television was shaken recently by the heartbreaking news of Brandon Blackstock's passing. The former husband of superstar Kelly Clarkson, and the father of her two beloved children, was confirmed dead earlier this week. As fans, friends, and fellow celebrities continue to process the tragedy, new images have emerged showing Kelly Clarkson in public for the very first time since the devastating announcement. What these moments reveal is not just the grief of a global icon, but also the resilience of a mother, a performer, and a woman who has weathered storms before, yet never one quite like this. The sighting occurred just days after news of Blackstock's death made headlines. Witnesses described an atmosphere heavy with emotion as Clarkson appeared somber and reflective, stepping outside for what seemed like a necessary breath of air in the aftermath of her family's loss. This was not the Kelly Clarkson fans are accustomed to seeing on stage or on television screens, a vibrant, powerhouse performer with a radiant smile. Instead, this was Kelly in her most human form, vulnerable, grieving, and quietly trying to navigate a world that has suddenly shifted beneath her feet. A public glimpse into private grief. The images show Clarkson dressed simply, with little to no makeup, her hair pulled back in an understated style. To those who have followed her career since she burst onto the scene as the first winner of American Idol in 2002, the contrast was striking. Yet, it was not her attire or her demeanor that captured the attention of onlookers. It was the weight she seemed to carry, the kind of heaviness that no designer outfit or bright smile could conceal. Clarkson has long been admired for her openness, often sharing personal struggles with fans in a way that made her both relatable and inspiring. Over the years, she has spoken candidly about heartbreak, divorce, health battles, and the challenges of balancing motherhood with superstardom. But this moment, this sighting, revealed a new chapter in her story. One of mourning the man with whom she shared a complicated history, but also two of the most precious people in her life, her children. Remembering Brandon Blackstock. Blackstock, a music manager and son of legendary country star Narvel Blackstock, was once the man Clarkson believed she would spend forever with. The couple married in 2013 in a romantic Tennessee ceremony, a union that seemed destined for fairy tale headlines. For years, they were seen as a power couple within the entertainment world, raising their two children, River Rose and Remington, alongside Blackstock's children from a previous relationship. Their love story, however, was not without its difficulties. In 2020, after nearly 7 years of marriage, Clarkson filed for divorce. The split was contentious, marked by legal battles over custody and finances that often spilled into the public eye. Despite the turmoil, Clarkson consistently emphasized her commitment to her children and her determination to shield them from the ugliness of the separation. Now, with Blackstock gone, that chapter takes on an entirely new meaning. Whatever differences once defined their relationship, the reality is undeniable. They were bound together by love, family, and history. His death leaves a void not only in Clarkson's life, but in the lives of their children, who must now grow up without their father. The children at the center. Perhaps the most heart-wrenching aspect of this story is the impact on River Rose and Remington. Both still young, they are navigating a world that has been irrevocably altered. Clarkson has often described motherhood as her most important role, even above her Grammy wins, television shows, and sold-out tours. She has spoken about her fierce dedication to providing stability and love for her kids, despite the challenges of her public life. This tragedy now places an even greater weight on her shoulders. As she faces her own grief, Clarkson must also find the strength to guide her children through theirs. Observers have noted that during her first public appearance, she clutched her phone tightly, glancing at it frequently, as if staying connected with family and loved ones was her lifeline. It was a reminder that while the world may see her as a superstar, she is first and foremost a mother trying to protect her children's innocence amidst heartbreak. An outpouring of support. Since news of Blackstock's death broke, tributes have poured in from across the entertainment industry. Fellow artists, colleagues, and friends have shared messages of love and condolences for both Clarkson and the Blackstock family. Social media has been flooded with words of support, with fans reminding Clarkson that she is not alone in her grief. For someone who has given so much of herself to the public, whether through her music, her talk show, or her willingness to share personal struggles, This outpouring reflects the deep bond she has cultivated with audiences worldwide. Her fans are not just admirers of her talent, but participants in her journey, walking alongside her in both her triumphs and her tragedies. Balancing privacy and public life. One of the most challenging aspects of being a global superstar is the lack of privacy during moments of personal crisis. Clarkson's sighting illustrates this reality. While she has every right to grieve privately, her fame ensures that her life remains under the microscope. Paparazzi lenses and social media scrutiny can make even the simplest moments, like stepping outside for fresh air, into a public spectacle. Yet, what stands out is Clarkson's composure. Despite her visible grief, she did not shy away or lash out at cameras. Instead, she seemed to embody a quiet strength, walking with her head slightly bowed but her step steady. It was as though she understood the inevitability of public interest, but chose not to let it define her response. A history of resilience. To understand this moment, one must look back at Clarkson's history. Time and again, she has proven her ability to rise above adversity. From her humble beginnings in Texas to her meteoric rise on American Idol, from career highs to personal lows, she has faced obstacles that could have derailed anyone else. Her openness about mental health, divorce, and the struggles of single motherhood has resonated deeply with fans who see her as more than just a singer. They see her as a survivor. This latest tragedy is yet another test of her resilience. Though the pain is evident, many believe that Clarkson will find a way to transform her grief into strength, just as she has done in the past. Whether through her music, her talk show, or simply through her role as a mother, she will likely channel this heartbreak into something meaningful, not only for herself but for the countless people who look up to her. Looking ahead. As the days unfold, the focus will inevitably shift from shock to healing. Clarkson, her children, and the entire Blackstock family now face the difficult journey of moving forward. It will not be easy nor will it be quick. But if her history is any indication, Clarkson will approach this new chapter with the same honesty and authenticity that have defined her career. There are already whispers in the industry that Clarkson may eventually address the loss in her own way, perhaps through her music. For an artist whose songs have often been deeply personal reflections of her life, it would not be surprising if this chapter becomes part of her artistic expression.